What's up y'all, Kamusta? It's your Sensei Gaming Dojo, and in this Season 11 Farlight 84 MKR guide, I'm going to be telling you everything I know about MKR after a Season 10 revamp. Let's get it. Starting off with the basics, MKR is a scout hero. So as a scout hero, your role is to look out for your team. So that means mark enemy locations, see things that the other heroes literally cannot see, and basically just be the big brother for your teammates. Since MKR is a scout hero, he can highlight enemies and see their health bar simply by looking at them with a gun in his hand, which you unlock at level 3. His description says that after you scope in for a certain amount of time, then you will be able to see the enemy's health bar, but that is incorrect for now. Who knows, maybe the devs will end up fixing that later. Once MKR reaches level 7, they also say it reduces the amount of time it takes to aim and observe enemies, but it's actually still the same as level 3, which is actually a good thing for the MKR mains. But you still don't have to ADS to see the enemy's HP bar. Also, at levels 3 and 7, when you look at the enemy with your gun in your hand and not ADSing, he will automatically mark the enemy for you and your team to see. MKR's passive ability Mid-Air Hawkeye allows him to see enemies with this yellow mark around them while he is skydiving, but usually when the enemy is on the ground, the yellow mark is slightly behind them. After I did a bit of testing, I concluded that while you're skydiving, you can usually see the enemies from about 0 to 200 meters away while you're in the sky and they're on the ground. Otherwise, if you're any further, it won't highlight them in yellow. MKR's tactical ability Fatal Volley shoots a bombardment of rockets at his frontal area, a bombardment being 6 rockets no matter the level. And note, he cannot damage himself or his teammates like Lucienda used to do with her own Molotov with his own rockets. MKR's technical cooldown time is 30 seconds until you reach level 9, which reduces the cooldown time to 20 seconds. Fatal Volley's damage doesn't stay consistent and changes depending on his level, so he does 20 damage at level 1, 22 damage at levels 2 and 3, 23 damage at level 4, and when he reaches level 5, he unleashes his quote-unquote secret weapon, which is still the same mid weapon that just does 35 damage at level 5, 37 damage at levels 6 and 7, 40 damage at levels 8 and 9, and finally when you reach level 10, you deal 42 damage per rocket that you hit. The only hero who has an exception to those damages is Captain, since his passive ability reduces the damage taken by area attacks. And from what I've tested, he does 15 damage at level 1 to Captain, 17 damage at levels 2 and 3, 19 damage at level 4, and when you reach level 5, he does 28 damage, then 30 damage at levels 6 and 7, 32 damage at levels 8 and 9, and finally when you reach level 10, you deal 34 damage per rocket that you hit. MKR's ultimate ability Sky Roaming allows you and your teammates to be ejected to a high altitude that allows you to enter the skydiving state again. You can use this ability in a few ways, right? So if you want to push the enemy, get away from the enemy, go to zone faster, or just enjoy the view from above, then you can do all of that with this ability. Sky roaming doesn't take long to call in at all. It's almost instant, like instant ramen. But when you try to place it down, make sure that it's on a flat surface and not in the water. Otherwise, the game won't allow you to put it down. I actually accidentally found out that you can place this from on top of a building. A very tall building. So I don't think it has a vertical height restriction, but the max you can put it in front of you horizontally is 3 meters. You can also place it while you're in motion of using a horizontal or vertical boost, but you come to a complete stop when you're walking or running. So don't try to place this down while an enemy is on your heels. I've personally tried it and I died. You have been warned. Once you place it down though, it has about 28 seconds before it disappears on its own, which grants you 3 ejections if you go straight up and come straight back down. You can also use the same ejection pod those 3 times since it's not a one-time use. If there ever comes a time that you're trying to escape an enemy while using this, just know that they can shoot it before you get on it and destroy it. But if you're on it already and heading up and they shoot at it, it won't be destroyed. You can also get shot while trying to eject. After I did some testing, you have 1.28 seconds of what I'm going to call the danger zone. At this time, a person with good tracking will straight up unzip you. So make sure you have enough cover or time before you go up. After even more testing, man, I'm finna be a scientist with all this testing. You can call me Dr. Dojo Senpai Sensei. The time it takes for you to get into the skydiving state and move around in the sky from the launch pad takes around 5.28 seconds. I thought that it would change depending on the height that you place the launch pad at, but it doesn't. There is no set height limitation that I've discovered during my testing. And in case you were wondering, you cannot heal or see enemies that are in buildings while you're in the sky. Yesterday I happened to realize when I was playing duos against a Phantom and a Maggie that the enemies can actually use your launch pad too. That sucks. I think that the devs should definitely change that so only you and your teammates can use it and not the entire lobby. The launch pad is for the streets, and while you're in the sky, you can still be hit. You're basically a moving ragdoll. MKR, I think, has the longest cooldown time in the game, for his ultimate being 140 seconds. This is the way of the dojo. Peace.